sapere. Dare to be wise. One man dared to be wise. He began an endeavor that hearkened a new era in healing. The rays of the morning sun bathed his endeavor in glowing sunshine. This endeavor, this journey, this phenomenal monument is the rising sun of homeopathic science and healthcare across the world. It is the Aditya Homeopathic Hospital and Healing Center. This hospital you see here was not built in a day. It took one very determined man, 4 decades of absolute dedication and intense medical prowess. He is a man on a mission. He is Dr AmarSinha D Nikam. Born and brought up in the small village of Pimpri on the outskirts of Pune, he was deeply influenced by his father Dr Dr Nikam, who embraced and practiced classical homeopathy for 40 years. Dr AmarSinha spent his early years researching and practicing the classical form of homeopathy in the neighboring villages of Pimpri. But what prompted this man to build such an institution?
Actually, when I completed my college, I was not happy with the homeopathic consulting practice. At that time, I feel people are suffering very badly. They go for surgery, they go for expensive medicines, bypasses, so many critical surgeries. And the expenditure was very aggressive. So I understood the pain of society.
Understanding the pain of society, he was constantly thinking, why shouldn't people from all strata of society receive gentle, painless and without side effect treatment? If all this is possible through classical homeopathy, then why is there no homeopathic hospital? He shared his dream of building Asia's first private homeopathic hospital with his father. With his support and the courage to face every challenge, Dr. Nikam started a 4-bedded hospital in Pimpri on the fateful day of 2nd May 1995. This was the old hospital building which grew steadily. And now the new hospital is the fruit of his tireless work over 2 decades, dedicating his life to homeopathy. Come, let's take a look at the only private homeopathic hospital across the entire Asian continent. This spacious and well-maintained OPD floor is the first stop for every patient arriving in search of a cure. Let's understand the OPD process. Step 1. Reception. New patients are registered, provided with their hospital card and token number. Step 2. Waiting area. Patients wait for their
एन्जॉय करतो, जॉबही माझा व्यवस्थित करतो, मला काही त्रास नाही. तर खरंच डॉक्टर निकम सर हे माझ्यासाठी देवासारखे आहे. त्यांनी मला जीवदान दिलं आहे.
Spreading smiles by healing painlessly is what Aditya aims for. These faces, these smiles are a true portrayal of their motto, Homeopathy for happy health. This is only possible through the unrelenting efforts of Dr AmarSinha D Nikam and his team.
आदित्य होमिओपॅथिक हॉस्पिटलमध्ये आज 23 वर्षाचा जेव्हा मी स्पॅन बघतो आहे आणि त्याच्या आधी देखील वडिलांची प्रॅक्टिस बघतो, तर त्यामध्ये किडनी फेल्युअर, कॅन्सर, हार्ट अटॅक, सोरियासिस किंवा आपण एक क्रोनिक डिझिजेस म्हणा किंवा ॲक्यूट इमर्जन्सी म्हणा, सर्व प्रकारचे आजार इथे बरे होताना मी बघितलेले आहेत. आणि ह्या मागे फक्त 30 पोटॅन्सी सरांचा पॅथॉलॉजीचा गाढा अभ्यास, सरांची होमिओपॅथीवरतीची जी निष्ठा, श्रद्धा, या सर्वांमुळे हे पॉसिबल झालेले आहे. 30 पोटॅन्सी ही ॲक्यूट इमर्जन्सी म्हणा किंवा क्रोनिक डिझिजेस कुठल्याही आजारामध्ये अतिशय उपयोगी आहे, हे आज सरांनी त्यांच्या प्रॅक्टिसमधून सिद्ध केलेलं आहे. IPD प्रॅक्टिस ही कशी असावी आणि पेशंटची केअर कशी घ्यावी, हे आज तुम्हाला आदित्य होमिओपॅथिक हॉस्पिटलमध्येच बघायला भेटेल.
Till now, we have treated lakhs of patients through homeopathy with the help of OPD, hospital, free medical camps, and we have given services to the different rural areas also. Running a 100-bed homeopathic hospital is a challenging task because we see critical emergency cases here every day. But my dad, Dr Amarsinha D Nikam, who is having 45 years of experience in this homeopathic field, his research and his dedication, which enables us to run this hospital with ease.
This ease comes from having complete confidence and thorough knowledge of classical homeopathy. Dr. Nikam treats some of the most complex morbidities which baffle seasoned practitioners.
Homeopathic medicine
Dear doctors and students, a very warm welcome. Please confirm whether you are able to hear me. Dear doctors and students, are you able to hear my voice? Okay. So dear doctors and students, thank you so much. And we are about to start the webinar. Our presenter is about to join us, and they will guide you the further process. Meanwhile, I request you to just settle down and just wait for the speaker to speak. If in case you have any queries, I request you to type in the chat box, and as we already if in case you have the questions, we have question answer session in the end of this webinar. So if any of you want to come live on the webinar, so there is a hand raise option at the end of this chat box. You can click on that. We receive your request and then we put you live on the platform. So you are able to discuss us by sharing your mic and webcam, and we will answer you in aspect of your query. But meanwhile, we thank you all for being here, and we feel very privileged that because of such a huge audience, we are able to in a meanwhile start this beautiful webinar for you all. So dear doctors and students, kindly have the patience, and very soon we are going to start the webinar for you all. Meanwhile, just enjoy this video and we back soon on this.
Good afternoon, everyone. So nice to see the huge response for this webinar. And yes, we have the legend, the alchemist behind the running homeopathic hospital for more than 25 years. Today we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of our Aditya Homeopathic Hospital. In the year of 1995, on May 2nd, Sir had decided to start a homeopathic hospital with 4 beds. And now it's completely huge setup with 100 beds, having everything, all kinds of wards, all kinds of setup we had seen in allopathic hospitals that we can see in this Aditya Homeopathic Hospital. So it is a great thing, wonderful thing, and yes, the legend Dr. AmarSinha Nikam sir is with us. Sir, please share.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and very warm welcome. I'm Dr. Amarsinha D Nikam, the owner of the Aditya Homeopathic Hospital, talking with you. When I was a small boy, I sit down and I saw his practice. It was an amazing practice. That small age I decided in future I would like to become a homeopathic doctor like my father. But I have some additional dreams that I would like to build homeopathic hospital. And I does a lot of hard work. Hard work and hard work to establish this hospital. Because there was no guru available where to go, to whom take advice, consultation. Nobody was there. That's why I tried. I hard started my study. I have done some research work, and after all, after 14 years of my efforts, I lastly started Aditya Homeopathic Hospital, which was started from the 2nd May 1995. My father was there. And now I had a lot of experience how to run a hospital, how to face critical emergencies, how to face acute emergencies, how to tackle acute diseases. I had treated almost all sorts of acute diseases and viruses except corona, because the government doesn't allow us to treat corona patient. So I'm waiting for their response, and definitely if they could permit us, I will work to try to sacrifice my whole life to the homeopathy. And for the grace of Dr. Hahnemannian, I achieved my target. I would like to tell you, if you would like to open homeopathic hospital, definitely I will guide to you. Okay?
So As Sir said, today we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Aditya Homeopathic Hospital and Healing Center. So, just for the seconds, yes, I will play a video. So, as we are celebrating this 25th Silver Jubilee year, so I'm playing you the video of it. Yes, the Aditya Homeopathic Hospital, the legacy continues, and yes, we are here to prove that homeopathy, how homeopathic hospital should run. We are here to show you how the acute emergency cases we can treat, how we can manage the acute exacerbation of chronic disease, how we can treat the patient in agony, in pain, and what can be done through this gentle way of treating. So today we have topic of management of acute diseases, management of acute conditions in a homeopathic clinic or homeopathic hospitals. When you have such kind of patients, when patients come to you in agony, and there should be a proper match of the medicine, and if that match doesn't
Work.
match, yeah,
That man doesn't work.
that match doesn't work, yeah, then we feel that homeopathy, is it working or not working? Is it it's can we treat acute conditions? Is it possible? And how this Dr. Amarsinha Nikam and yes, his team, we are his team, and how we are treating such kind of cases. Like we usually have fever cases, acute conditions over here in our hospital every day, every time. Even there are cases of acute appendicitis, fever of 103, 104, and how only with the single medicines we can treat this kind of patients. So it's a wonderful thing that uh, Homeopathy 360 had given us the opportunity to have a wonderful session with all of you, and we can start the session right now. So our first topic, as I said, this acute management in homeopathic OPDs and homeopathic IPDs. So we'll begin with the acute case chart. So I'll show you the chart of acute cases, how we can treat the acute cases.
I would like to talk, to give you some example. I was selected for the Team India for the handicap tournament, which was held at Brisbane, Toowoomba, in Australia. And I was selected as a team doctor. It was just lucky that I was selected as a team doctor, as a homeopath. But I love sports and done work on the sports medicine. And homeopathy works in sports brilliantly. Tremendous results are there. That's why even the Indian bowler Zaid Khan, he was also my patient. And people who played Olympians, great shooter, is also my patient. He's taking homeopathic medicine. So one story I would like to tell you is in a very short video. When I was selected for the Australian tour, I was traveling through the Airbus towards Australia, from Singapore to Australia. The plane was changed and it was the Qantas airline plane. In the Qantas airline, they are very privileged with me. They offered beer, rum, whiskey, anything, any type of drink. And I already told to my team members that don't do any mischief. I was awaiting, it was my first longest journey from my country. I was very eager to see the city, how it looks. It was a 6 a.m. period time, and the sun was just to rise. I was just observing the sunrise from the aeroplane. Suddenly, team manager tapped on my back and he called me. Your patient is not good. Your prayer is not good. I said, what happened to him? So he had some breathlessness, some nausea vomiting, and he vomits continuously. It's a very offensive vomit. I said, I just rushed to the patient and I saw her condition. The pulse was very bouncing. Unfortunately, BP apparatus was not with me, it was in the luggage. So I checked the pulse. The patient was very fearful and nausea vomiting was continued. The air hostess also got disturbed from his vomiting. The passengers also. But I saw his pulse. I asked a few questions about thirst, about frustration, about thermal, and I decided to give some medicine. Before that, I would like to know the elemental chaos. That's why I asked him what you had eaten in the yesterday night. So he told me frankly, Doctor, I don't want to hide anything from you. I have taken whiskey, rum, beer, and so many other things. I enjoy. Afterwards, I get in more trouble. Really, heartburn is there. Nausea vomiting is continuing. Kindly give me some medicine. At that time, Brisbane was just a half hour, journey. Ask the final question: do you have a habit of alcohol? He says yes, occasionally. But you know that you are one of the hypertensive patient. How do you dare to take? In the meanwhile, I just checked my pulse. Fortunately, that medicine was available in my pulse. I took Nux Omega pills and gave him immediately. And that experience was very exciting. Within a few minutes, his face had become cool. Within a few minutes, the nausea had disappeared and there was no vomiting sensation. And he was relaxed within 2-3 minutes. And that was amazing because mentally I was very, very disturbed. If this patient could not give a response, it was a very bad period. But I gave the medicine in time and it saves his life. When the plane landed on the Brisbane airport, I rushed towards the medical room and checked my patient's blood pressure. It was 100, 150 and 100. You just imagine, the time of the attack, it was very raised. So you can face any kind of acute emergencies, even in the ground, even in the air also. Homeopathy works at anywhere. This is a very exciting case. which built my confidence to treat the acute kind of emergencies. Okay.
Thank you, sir, for sharing such a wonderful experience. And yes, for showing you this kind of cases as sir has presented. And it was a case was in aeroplane during the flight mode, and it was difficult to take down the everything. But still, at some within the few minutes, sir had decided the medicine, and it was there, and he had given the medicine, and the patient got cured. So that is a wonderful thing. And yes, we have right now another case with us. So I'll start the case, and then we'll go to the chart also. We'll see the how what are the main things we are considering in acutes. So first of all, I will share you my screen, and we'll go towards the first case. This is a case of acute respiratory distress syndrome. Nowadays, everywhere corona is going on, and we know what is the importance of the respiratory diseases, what is the importance of medicines which can cure the respiratory diseases. And as we know how dangerous it is, and how much the emergency, how much the acuteness of the complaints were there. So we have the case of acute respiratory distress syndrome
With septicemia.
with septicemia. That means ARDS with septicemia, that is pneumonitis with UTI and ARF.
Acute renal failure.
So everyone knows about the acute respiratory distress, but still I will read. I'll read out all these things fastly. But when we come to the homeopathic part of case taking, so I request everyone to jot down the points. Just have the pen and paper with you, so that we can discuss the case later on. So acute respiratory distress syndrome, ARDS, also known as respiratory distress syndrome, RDS, or adult respiratory distress syndrome, is a serious reaction to various forms of injuries or acute infections to the lungs. ARDS is a very severe lung syndrome, not a disease, caused by variety of direct and indirect issues. It is characterized by inflammation of the lungs parenchyma, leading to impaired gas exchange with concomitant systematic release of inflammatory mediators, causing inflammation, hypoxemia, and frequently resulting in multiple organ failure. This condition is often fatal, usually requiring mechanical ventilation and admission to an intensive care unit. A less severe form is called acute lung injury, that is ALI. Signs and symptoms: people usually present with shortness of breath, tachypnea leading to hypoxia, providing less oxygen to the brain, occasionally causing confusion. ARDS mostly occurs about 72 hours after a trigger such as an injury, there is trauma, burns, aspiration, massive blood transfusion, drugs, alcohol abuse, or an acute illness, infections, pneumonia, sepsis, acute pancreatitis. ARDS is characterized by acute onset bilateral infiltrates on chest radiographs bearing costophrenic angles. The PaO2 FiO2 ratios refers to the gradient between the inspired oxygen level and the oxygen that is present in the blood. The lower the ratio, the less the inspired oxygen is getting into the blood. This is clear. So to summarize and simplify, ARDS is an acute rapid onset syndrome, collection of symptoms that affects the lungs widely and results in a severe oxygenation defect, but is not due to heart failure. Causes: Three clinical settings account for 75% of ARDS cases. That is sepsis syndrome, most important cause, severe multiple trauma, aspiration of saliva, gastric contents, and it could also be a complication of pneumonia if left untreated, known as aspiration pneumonia. And the diagnosis: an arterial blood gas analysis and chest x-ray allowed formal diagnosis by the below mentioned criteria. Any cardiogenic cause of pulmonary edema should be excluded. Plain chest x-rays are sufficient to document the bilateral alveolar infiltrates in the majority of cases, while the CT scanning leads to more accurate images of the pulmonary parenchyma in ARDS. It has little utility in the clinical management of patients with ARDS and remains largely a research tool. Four main criteria of ARDS: acute onset, chest x-ray, bilateral diffuse infiltrates of the lungs, no cardiovascular lesions, no evidence of left arterial hypertension, PaO2 FiO2 ratio equal to or less than 200 mmHg. To assess the severity of ARDS, the Murray scoring system is used, which takes into account the chest x-ray, the PaO2 FiO2 ratio, the positive and end expiratory pressure, and lung compliance. So we have the brief idea about the ARDS. So pathophysiology: ARDS is a clinical syndrome associated with a variety of pathological findings. This includes pneumonia, eosinophilic pneumonia, cryptogenic organizing pneumonia, acute fibrinous organizing pneumonia, and diffuse alveolar damage (DAD). Of these, the pathology most commonly associated with ARDS and DAD. Neutrophils and some T lymphocytes quickly migrate into the inflamed lung parenchyma and contribute in the amplification of the phenomenon. The progression of the ARDS: if the underlying disease or injurious factors is not removed, the amount of inflammatory mediators released by the lungs in the ARDS may result in systemic inflammatory response syndrome or sepsis if there is lung infection. The evolution towards shock and or multiple organ failure follows path analogous to the pathophysiology of the sepsis. So it may leads into sepsis. And what is the treatment available right now? So acute respiratory distress syndrome is usually treated with mechanical ventilation, as we do in COVID-19 patients also. In the intensive care unit, ventilation is usually delivered through orotracheal intubation or tracheostomy whenever prolonged ventilation, that is more than 2 weeks, is deemed inevitable. So this is the treatment in modern medicines. But what we can do with the homeopathic small globules, I can say small medicines. So yes, I talk a little bit fast, but because of this, I have to cover this case, and this was just a pathophysiology of the case. So we are going into the case. So I want to show you the video of the case. So let me check, is it playing or not?
Dr. Manish, I request you to click on this hide the button option. It's appearing on the screen.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
I can play the video. Wait for a minute. I'm just taking out the links, searching for the link.
Meanwhile, I would like to tell you something about pathology. Pathology is a very important part of case, and we try to give the medicine to the patient which has manifestation of that kind of pathology. So don't try to ignore pathology. And same about the physiology, desire, aversion, sleep, general symptoms, troubles are also very important for the similar similarities curated to follow. Now, just try to look at this very serious acute emergency case. Patient was on the ventilator. There was no treatment at all for
Playing the video.
one of my friends recorded this patient.
So these are the reading of another machine. I want to understand what it is. आप देखिए डॉक्टर साहब. डॉक्टर साहब इतना 5 मिनट में अपन देख रहे हैं कि रेस्टलेस होते हैं तो सब सर याद है थोड़ा सा. Must be breathing being uncomfortable, probably. देखिए. थोड़ा हेवी ब्रीथ कर दे फिर वापस.
So we got an idea about the case, and you can see that you had seen that the patient condition, he was in ICU, he is unable to breathe, and he was in deep sleep.
He was on ventilator.
Yes, he was on ventilator. So now I'll read out the case. So the investigation was having on examination RS bilateral crypts, right more than left, ABG, metabolic acidosis plus hypoxia, HB percent 10.7, TLC 15,800, polymorph leukocytosis, leukocystosis, platelets 2,23,000, urine protein 2 plus, first cells plenty, blood urea is 63 and serum creat is 4.9.
So this was acute respiratory syndrome case along with acute renal failure.
So the complaints were as follows: general weakness, vomiting, recurrent fever and chills, history of continuous cough with fever on and off, difficulty in deglutition, past history is having peptic ulcer, in 1974 was operated. Recurrent groin infections, ointment applied causes suppression. Brain hemorrhage with paralysis of larynx and pharynx in 1998, and hypertension since 1998. So this was the past history. I hope you all are writing down the main things, the main characteristics, and main the totality of this case. Everyone should participate, and we'll discuss about the remedy also later on. Then the family history: his father having CA throat, mother expired with CA, brother having hypertension. Personal history: diet veg, appetite good, desires pungent, spicy, oily, green veg, milk and milk products and sweets. Aversion to fruits. Thirst, thirsty patient. Throat, difficulty in deglutition. Abdomen, distended abdomen. Bowel constipation. Usually took Ayurvedic treatment for it. Unsatisfactory stools. Skin with the recurrent skin eruptions, history of suppression. Perspiration, profuse in armpit and back, staining yellow. Sleep, feel sleepy during the day, drowsy, sleepless at night, lying on back. And thermals, patient is hot. So we'll go towards the mind. Before going to the mind, I'll again show you the main complaints if anybody has missed out. So the chief complaints were generalized weakness, vomiting, recurrent fever and chill, history of continuous cough with fever on and off, and difficulty in deglutition. As the patient is in ICU, we don't have the modalities over here, and the detail of each complaints we don't have. So now we'll go directly towards the mind. We had already read out all these things about mind. Tell me about his childhood. His native place is small village in Karnataka. Has completed his education up to SSC. I'll read out the mind, but you have to find out the rubric. Just jot down the rubric whenever you think it is important. Since childhood, he was short-tempered but had a twofold sort of behavior. Like outside the home, he was friendly, talkative, mixing, jovial, and nice. But at home, he used his parents a lot. Even now, he is short-tempered, having same dual behavior. But after his illness, he has become more irritable and nervous. He is quarrelsome, and when angry, will shout, scream, abuse, and at times beat. He has lot of negative thinking and feels that he is suffering from some incurable disease. Many times he pretends to be seriously ill to seek attention and sympathy of attendants. He is very religious and believes in pujas and havans, and in recent times he spent lot of money over it. He nowadays most of the times seems sad and discontented. He has recently got a habit of playing lottery. He usually doesn't dress up properly and tidy. That is, his appearance is not very presentable. He desires for lavish, hi-fi living. He plans a lot for different things, but it never executes. He nowadays most of the times seems sad, and he jolly jesting and cheerful, especially in office, like listening to the old songs. He has a fear of sudden noises as that of crackers crossing road. He likes spending money lavishly. What are his worries? His son added, he is really worried about my future, and that's because I am not ready to get married. So we had completed the mind also, and now sir is with us, and sir wants to share with you something about this case. But before that, I'll request all of you to find out the totality of this case, and then we'll discuss about the remedy also.
Very interesting case, and very challenging case because it was an acute emergency. Allopathic medicine treatment was in the failure side. So I got very fine information from the patient's son and friend. And finally, I made a full case study and decided to go for homeopathic remedy. So first of all, while case taking, I give importance to the character symptoms, general symptoms, and along with that, I give importance to the pathological symptoms. Pathology is a very challenging task. Suppose if you are selected some XX drug to this patient, how it will work if the patient pathology is not matching with our homeopathic medicine? Obviously, there will be no response. So we must give respect to the pathology and try to select the symptoms accordingly. Okay.
So
Why we are trying to show this case to people? Because in homeopathy, there are very strong medicine to conquer over pneumonia also, as well as the patient who was in septicemia and renal failure. So, after giving the perfect scenario, the patient survived. Before that, I would like to request you to make a totality and try to improve as quick as possible.
In between to finding the totality, I want to show you the first follow-up of this case.
सर ये आज की रिकॉर्डिंग है और हम कुलकर्णी सबके पास आए हुए हैं एंड ही कैन वेरी वेल अपने आप ये उठकर बैठ गए फ्रॉम दिस बेड वेयर ही वाज स्लीपिंग एंड द वे थिंग्स आर यू कैन सी वेरी वेल द ब्राइटनेस इन हिज आईज एंड आई सॉ हिम इन कॉन्शियस फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम नाउ जब शूटिंग हुई थी तभी ये जरा सोए हुए थे आज बैठे और ये आपसे कुछ कहना चाहेंगे सर. We would like to say something and we can hear his voice for the first time. हाँ सांगा.
आता कसं वाटतं कसे ना आता कसं वाटतं मला आता
खाण्यापिण्याचं
खाण्याचं जे आहे अच्छा आता काल थोडं लिक्विड दिलं आज भाकरी दिली
तुम्ही एक वेळा आजारी होता तुम्हाला आठवतं का तुम्ही
He was in bed for more than a month, as we have seen in the past recordings, that he was not even knowing what is happening to him, with all machineries around and all equipments all around him, necessary in this Sanjeevani hospital. And today the patient is in front of us with the medicines from here also and our homeopathy medicines also. And we can see the brightness on the patient's face and his willingness to talk. The rest of the things are okay. Some minor problems here and there.
So I hope you had seen the follow-up and you had seen what the small pills, small dosage of homeopathic medicine, small minute dose of homeopathic medicine, what he can do. What the changes we have seen in the patient is a miracle, nothing but a miracle. Not only this, there is another follow-up of this patient. When patient had come to our hospital, I want to share you that follow-ups also. So we'll see this follow-up also again, one more, the second follow-up, and then later on we'll discuss about this case totality and the medicine for this case. I hope all of you are enjoying this case, and we are having another follow-up of this case. I'm just about to show you. Just see the next follow-up.
काय नाव आहे तुमचं?
रमेश किशन कुलकर्णी.
रमेश कुलकर्णी. काय त्रास होतो तुम्हाला?
त्रास पूर्वीपासून एकदम स्टार्टपासून सुरुवातीपासून अजिबात काही त्रास नव्हता. मी 58 वर्षापर्यंत रिटायर व्हायच्या अगोदर 8 दिवस.
आता सध्या तुमचं वय 65. ओके.
रिटायर व्हायच्या अगोदर 7 दिवस नगरला इथे एक आईस्क्रीम खाल्लं आणि उचकी लागली. तेवढंच एक मिनिट काही नव्हतं. 3 दिवस होती.
आणि जेव्हा ऍडमिट केलं तेव्हा त्यांनी मला 2-3 ठिकाणी पाठवलं. आधी आम्ही फॅमिली डॉक्टरकडे गेलो, मग डॉक्टर प्रधानकडे गेलो. त्यांनी मला पुणे हॉस्पिटलमध्ये पाठवलं. तर पुणे हॉस्पिटलमध्ये ते तपासायची यंत्रणा होती त्यावेळेला. मला बुधानीमध्ये पाठवलं. तिथनं पुन्हा प्रधान हॉस्पिटलला आले. संध्याकाळी मग सतीश कोठारांकडे स्पेशालिस्टकडे गेले आणि रात्री 1 वाजता ऍडमिट केलं. म्हणजे दिवसभर तपासण्या करताच फिरले. आणि तेव्हा ब्रेनमध्ये अशी म्हणजे इथे गाठ झाली होती ब्लड सर्क्युलेशनची. ते झालंच होतं, म्हणजे त्यात माझ्या पण झालेलं आहे. ही कधीची गोष्ट? लगाण्याची. बरं. आता सध्या जो त्रास झाला तो ब्रिदिंगचा होता. त्याची सुरुवात कशी झाली होती? त्याची सुरुवात काही नाही, सकाळी तास आणायला म्हणून ते ह्याला गेले दापोडी वर्कशॉपला. तिथं बरंच काहीतरी कोणाच्या डब्यात
2 ते 3 दिवसांनी त्याचं नॉर्मल झालं. सेकंड ओपन राहायला सांगितलं, ओपन राहायला ते 27 दिवसांनी व्हेंटिलेटर काढलं.
सध्या कसं वाटतंय तुम्हाला?
सध्या बरं आहे.
आता काही त्रास?
आता त्रास फक्त गुडघ्याचा म्हणजे बसता येत नाही गुडघ्यावर.
बाकी श्वास घ्यायला वगैरे काही?
श्वास घेतो पण नंतर तोंड उलटून घेतात. मला वाटत नाही, मी झोपताना तोंड बंद करतो, मी म्हणते नंतर उघड राहतात.
बाकी पण आधीच्यासारखा त्रास नाही आता?
आधीसारखा त्रास मला ज्या दिवशी मला झोपवतो त्या दिवशी सगळं मला त्रास म्हणजे जेव्हा पुढचं काय झालं तर मला काहीच माहिती नाही. मी बाहेरून आलो इथून बरं वाटत नाही, झोप तेवढंच पण आठवण, त्याच्या पुढचं पण मला आठवण.
This is X-ray of Mr. Kulkarni done on 13th December 2006. X-ray on 27th January 2007.
So that was another follow-up of the patient, and it was an old case, even though, but still we had decided to show you this case as we had not shown to any of the seminar, and it was a wonderful case. And nowadays, looking at the scenario outside the COVID-19, what is going through all over the world. So it is very emergency conditions what we had seen in acute respiratory distress cases. So during this time, what homeopathy can do, so such miracles can happen with the homeopathic treatment, and that's why we are requesting to all over the world, governors, to the PM, to the CM, everyone, we are requesting that use homeopathy for COVID-19, and we are damn sure that we'll surely have this kind of miraculous results in the COVID-19 also. So again, back to this case. So as we had seen the X-ray also, even the pneumonic patch has been reduced. The patient is able to talk, able to walk. He's doing all the routine, all the activities, whichever normal person can do. Yes, he is doing all the things. And we had seen the first condition of that patient also when he was in ICU. And this miracle is just happening with the single dose of medicines, single dose of homeopathic medicines, and we can discuss about that. So I'm requesting Dr. AmarSinha Nikam sir to please discuss about this case. Before that, I'll request our moderator, Dr. Rahul. I hope he is with us.
Yes.
So, Dr. Rahul, yes, is there any questions, and what are the totalities we've seen about this case?
Yes, Dr. Manish. So it has been very interesting session. I am very happy to see that many are participating with their totalities, with their probable remedies. And I'm once again informing you all that Dr. Nikam sir routinely see such critical cases. And another important point is, though patient was not in front of us, though patient cannot come to the hospital, the most effort are done to take the maximum points from patient's relative. So that is the glory of classical homeopathy, and that is the beauty of Dr. Nikam sir's teaching, that maximum efforts has been done to complete the totality. So, sir, many are coming with interesting rubrics, interesting analysis. Still, many are coming with multiple remedies. So, I'll request them to try to come to the single remedy as far as possible. Single remedy.
Before
Very
that,
good, Dr. Shivam.
Before that, what is the totality of this case? So, we need to see the totality. And
yes, everybody is eager to learn that. Can you please show the totality now?
If you can read out anyone's totality, whose totality is your thought of thinking that is great totality.
Yes, sure, Dr. Manish. There are so many are trying to make totality, and many are our students also. They're participating. But what I can see on the chat desk, Dr. Shivam Gupta has written a very nice balanced totality with hot, thirsty, respiration accelerated, perspiration staining yellow, perspiration profuse, septicemia and hypertension. Then Dr. Ravindra Ausarkar.
Okay.
He has written Dr. Gambling, squandering, suppressed eruption plus hot. Gambling, squandering, suppressed eruption plus hot. Then Dr. Sunil Mittal's sulfur plus belladonna. So it is always easy. Can you request sir to tell about this? Some are telling 2 remedies, 3 remedies. So
it's a very nice response. Everybody is trying to give the medicine as per their knowledge.
Yes.
I respect everyone because कोशिश करना बहुत important है. कोशिश करने वाले की कभी हार नहीं होती.
Yes, sir.
so that there are suggestion of very excellent remedy. Just look at the chart once again.
Sir, right now there are 956 people who are watching us on the web jam itself, and many more on the YouTube also. So
Yes.
it's not practical possible for us to take totality from each and everyone, but still there are many good attempts. Dr. Nazmush Malik has done good totality. Attention seeker, despair of recovery, aversion to fruits, desire sweet, thirsty, religious, spends lot of money, respiration accelerated, perspiration staining yellow, hypertension, septicemia. So as usual, many homeopaths and multiple remedies are coming up.
But that's good. Many are participating, and that coming up with the good totality. Even I can see the chats also.
Yes.
So
Sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Manish. Many are asking when patient is not in front of us, how this interrogation is done, or is there any limitation for that?
okay.
There is no limitation. It's a very fantastic idea. If your patient is in abroad or in any part of our country, you can manage this kind of severe cases through the video recording. Because video recording is, you have to receive the same thing what we are receiving, observing patient in front of us. So your mind should be more alert and your focus should be on the case. But it's very easy to prescribe such kind of patients. So because of that, we just request our government to treat even the corona cases which are on the ventilator through this video conferences or video recording. It will be great helpful. If suppose I'm sitting in the Pune,
Yes, sir.
and I'm not able to reach anywhere. For example, Delhi, Madras, Calcutta,
Yes.
or abroad. So at that time, if you can provide us video film of the patient, it will be more helpful. Most of the patients who are not able to answer because of their severe illness. Some patients who are in coma, some patients who are in very bad state of life. You can treat this kind of patient sitting in your consulting room. That is excellent benefit.
Yes, sir. That's very important learning for us all. I think this is a lifetime learning for all, that even the patient is.
Yes, even we can do these things with the COVID-19 patients also. Even
Yes.
though if these patients are in government hospitals or in private hospitals, yes, we can have a talk with them. We can have a photograph of them, and then we can treat them also with this homeopathy. So this is the wonderful things about the homeopathy.
Yes, I'll like to interrupt. Photograph means many can have some different interpretation. Photograph, what we see in photograph, that also make clear.
No, that is not the thing. At least we have the idea. So whatever things are
Body
there,
language.
if we can get the video, then that is the more beneficial.
Yes.
But if there is no video, then yes, we can see the photographs also, and then we can judge the look of the patient.
And we have been doing such work since last many years.
Many years, yes.
Yeah.
So whoever are watching this video, it's a great lifetime learning for you all, that even the patient is not in front of you. It is a beauty of classical homeopathy that you can come to the simillimum, provided that you should be well prepared with your materia medica, with your repertory, and have a good faith in the doctrines of classical homeopathy, and that actually Dr. Nikam sir is doing since last 25 years. We and
Since I started my hospital in 1995, I have to face this kind of emergencies.
exactly, sir.
I never start to hurry up to start my hospital immediately after passing my PhDs. I work hard till the 14 years. I went to different kind of hospitals for their patients, and even the serious patient, our patient was responding well to homeopathic medicine. Then after endeavor efforts till 14 years, gradually my dream come to true, and I'm happy with the response, and I'm enjoying my hospital practice. Okay.
Yes, sir. It is very interesting to know that even before the starting of hospital, means even before 25 years, you had a long research of 14 years. So, what can be the greater motivation?
When I was passed in 1981,
Yes, sir.
I had one case of renal failure. One
Oh,
of my friends was admitted in KM Hospital, Pune, and he was advised for dialysis and kidney transplantation. So immediately he rang me, phoned me, and give me the information that I am having kidney failure and they would like to change my kidney or they would like to do the dialysis. So please come and took my case. So I went there, I took the case and started the medicine. Within the third day, he took a discharge from the hospital against medical advice. I says, why you came against medical advice? Why you are not give respect to doctors? He says, I'm not believing in dialysis and transplant. I just want your medicine. I give him, follow him the medicine, and he was totally cured. It was a story of 1983.
81,
83,
83. Oh my
when I
God.
started my official practice. So when I got excellent result in the renal failure, still my mind was not prepared for homeopathic hospital. I have to learn more and more. So I wait until I had enough knowledge to tackle the acute emergency cases. Because in hospital practice, chronic cases is also challengeable. It's a more exciting, more threatening, and more challenging job to tackle the acute emergency cases. And in homeopathic medicine, with the help of homeopathic medicine, you can see people are calling it a miracle. Actually, it's not a miracle, it is a homeopathic
Yes,
science.
sir.
And due to excellent study, good analyzing habit, giving response, giving respect, study, you can learn more and more things.
Thanks a lot, sir. Now I'll request Dr. Manish to please proceed with the totality. And it's even
Yeah,
we
it's
are sir,
wonderful.
since last so many years we haven't heard about this incidents of 1983. So
There
it's
are
like a
many things
treasure.
to learn from him.
Exactly, it's like a treasure of cases.
Yeah.
Every time you sit with sir, they come out with some new fantastic cases. So this is a lifetime learning experience for us all. We are all enjoying a lot. Now we can
Surely,
proceed
surely.
with
I
the
request Dr. Rahul to please look up the chats also. There are some questions are coming up. If Dr. Jitesh is also with us, then he can see the questions. He can jot down the questions. There are some questions are also coming up. And yes, the wonderful totality by Dr. Sonia
yeah.
Bulandani. And also there are some suggestions about the medicines also coming up. So it is very interesting. All of you are
And
participating. So this is
interesting is they are posting with potency as well.
that's great. That's great. That's great. So I will continue with the case again. So I'll go back to case. I'll start my screen sharing.
I'll switch off my screen now.
So this was the case of ARDS. We had seen the patient was in ICU. We had seen his general complaints, and also we read about the mind. So it is a very wonderful case, and we had seen the response. The patient is able to talk. This was after some few days, and after 1 month, patient came to our hospital. So I read out of the response. So the patient responded remarkably just after 10 days. The most amazing and important thing is that the continuous ventilator that he needed was totally removed as he was able to breathe normally. This was for the first time that the patient spoke, "Now I am feeling good and I can breathe easily." The patient was able to sit up in his bed with minimal support and was also able to stand for few seconds. In few days, the face became normal and gave a healthy look to the patient. Further, he progressed well and recovered fully. He told in the follow-up that he didn't know what had happened to him and he thinks that he had just got up from a deep sleep. Great. So we had seen the follow-ups, and yes, we had the suggestions about the totality and miasms. Now we'll go directly towards the totality of this case. Good. Okay. So this is the final totality. Loss of presentation, that is ugly, abusive, extravagance, irritable,
So, Doctor, we have lost connection of Dr. Manish. He will be back within few seconds. I hope you all are enjoying, and within a time we will be seeing the totality and the remedy. So I hope you all are enjoying the session. See, what I want to say here is the man who is sitting in front of you is actually working 25 long years, day and night. So every single word that is spoken from the mouth of sir is the word of experience. Though we can show you a single case, but from the single case itself, you can try to learn the methodology. What we are discussing is how you can analyze the case even patient is not in front of us. So pay attention. Dr. Manish is back here. Yes, Dr. Manish, continue.
Dr. Rahul, yes, we had seen the totality, I guess. Everyone
Yes,
had
yes.
seen. Yes or not?
Yes, we have seen the screen of totality.
Okay, that's great.
Is it possible to show it once again, or it will take time?
No, I can show you again.
Please show once again. There is a query.
Okay, fine.
Okay, Dr. Jitesh.
Dr. Jitesh, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Just jot down the questions which are coming up.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So this is the totality again. And Dr. Rahul, can you please suggest what are the medicines are coming up?
Okay, so this is quite interesting. As usual, long list of medicine ranging from Naxomica, Lycopodium, Carbovage,
Naxomica, Lycopodium,
Carbovage, Ars iode, Silicia, Veratrum, sulfur, Crotalus, fluoric acid.
which is the most medicine is coming up?
It's difficult to say. because many has written just totality, not remedy, natramur, camphor, sulf, natrum sulf. But what we are happy to see that people are posting single remedy.
That's great. That's great.
And I think that is a takeaway message from Nikam sir's 25 years experience, that single remedy, minimum dose, and strictly Hahnemannian principles.
It's true.
There is a question, Dr. Pranka asking how much important it is to consider mental is in this acute condition.
Very good question.
Yes.
Yeah, sir is with us. Yes.
Yeah, a very excellent question. Mentals are not important, but the character is more important. Once you have mentals group in front of you, for example, jolly resting, discontent, 4-second feeling, pessimist, religious, these rubrics are not important. You have to select final mental character. That is more important. And you can pick up symptoms from the thermal activities. You can pick up symptoms from the pathological angle. So these are the most important thing. Physiology, pathology, philosophy, and finally, character symptoms. This totality is not important. You require character totality because character is not going to match with another drug. So, dear friends, remember my words. The totality is not important. Character totality is important. In the mind section, the whole mind rubrics are not important, but the main character is important. What it shows, you would like to live lavishly, you like to spend money, you like to earn money. He's a very greedy person. And you know how many medicines are coming now on your attack. Just try to analyze this medicine. You will come, you will reach to the exact similarium repertorization. And you will win this case. Thank you very much.
So I hope sir had given the correct answer for these things. And now about the remedy which has been selected for this patient. Yes, many of had suggested the Lycopodium, the Naxomica. I'll request sir to please tell us the difference, and also Veratrum album, Natramur. So, is it the right remedy or the medicine is different?
When finally you come to the conclusion, this kind of case taking, you can came to the different kind of remedy. For example, somebody had taken natramur, lycopodium, chloric acid, like that. See, medicine selection must be on the basis of homeopathic philosophy. So, the philosophy says, simila similibus curator. Simila means similar symptoms, similar mechanism, similar thermal, similar characters are more important to finally come to the conclusion for this. Now, just I would like to show you the remedy's name. Dr. Manish, please show them.
And the remedy name is sulfur 30.
Obviously, the potency is 30.
Somebody asked Dr. Deepika Mehra, kindly explain the rubric loss of presentation.
That we had took from the patient's relative, and they had given us this thing that he is untidy.
Second question, in acutes, can we prescribe on single characteristic symptom?
Single character is not important. Means there should be character totality. Thermal character, mathematic character, mental characters.
Dr. Hiralal Agarwal has asked why ugly was considered in this totality.
Why?
Ugly was considered.
All this information given to us by the patient's relative, and this is not a clean man. Very dull about taking care of himself.
So maximum has got the remedy correct.
Yes, exactly. So this is a great thing, even I can say.
Yes.
So this is what homeopathy will do in the COVID-19 also. Many of our homeopaths are having ability to treat this kind of emergency cases.
Sorry, sir. Someone has asked what about repetition?
Yes.
Dr. Bhavani.
Okay.
There is only few
From many students.
Mostly I practice in the 30 potency, and it gives me always excellent response. If the symptoms occur reoccurring, I try to give the second dose or third dose. That's enough. Minimum doses should be given to the patient.
If the repetition is not required, then we do not repeat.
Another question, can we prescribe only the basis of pathological condition? Dr. Vijay Kumar Thakre.
Only pathology is not a homeopathy. It is allopathy.
Dr. Jyoti, in acute case, what is more important to make totality, physical general or mental status? I think you have answered, sir, this question before.
Thermals are important. Then mentals are important.
Someone has asked to differentiate sulfur with opium in this case. Dr. Reena Dhakad.
Opium is a very joyful, content patient.
This will be the last question.
They are not worried. They are trying to enjoy their life, and they require freedom. But in this case, sulfur is more money-minded. They always think about the materialistic view to the world. They would like to become a rich person. And opium is not matching with this condition. So both patients are thermally hot. Both patients are having severe pathology. But here the sulfur is coming up, and we must give respect to the medicine which is giving the correct totality, character totality. So the sulfur is the only drug which is going on.
Okay.
Just a last question from Dr. Arun. How to administer medicine when patient is on ventilator?
Okay. How to give the medicine when patient is on ventilator?
You have to give medicine in a liquid form, and it should be very careful administration. You have to remove the ventilator aside, little bit aside, and put our homeopathic medicine drop on the patient's mouth and on the tongue. Liquid dose is more important. It will absorb immediately it will give you excellent response. So generally, for the comatose patient, I give medicine, liquid medicine of the tongue and the mouth.
Can we go to the further case?
I think Dr. Manish, it's 5:30 now.
Yeah, okay.
So I think we have an half an hour.
Yeah.
So, or we can do that. We can tell the case detail today, and we can give one day for everyone to analyze it.
Okay, fine. We can do that. Yes. So I'll start another case.
Before that, we will give one email, Dr. Manish, so
Okay.
that whatever queries that are not yet answered can be posted on that email.
Exactly. Exactly. That is a good.
So, can you please tell about email?
Just write it down, dr.amar, or else I will chat. I will write on chat.
That would be better.
Okay.
Writing in the chat box.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Saint York.
So this is the unforgettable learning experience for all that on the day of celebration of 25th anniversary, sir has presented a case with a well-known polycrest, well-proved remedy. I think that also everybody should remember that well-proved remedies, well-known remedies has the potential that you cannot underestimate ever.
Many people have a confusion regarding why such a serious patient we have given 30 potency. So potency, there is a lot of confusion about potency. So it should be clear later on.
I think Dr. Nikam sir is the person who has solved the potency problem 25 years ago.
So I had very good experience about surgery potency. When I was a learner student, I tried to give 200, 1 NCM, DM, but it doesn't show me very quick responses. Finally, I come to the conclusion that the 30 potency is very excellent potency. It is not a low potency as well as it is not a high potency. And when I read Dr. Hahnemann's literature, I found Dr. Hahnemann tried to use 30 potency. But when Dr. Farrington meet with him and he explained about his experience about the 200, then Dr. Hahnemann also tries for 200 potency. But you can, I would like to inform you, most of the medicines are proved in 30 potency because the 30 potency manifests all over body as well as in the mind, as well as cellular level. So it is a potency which is not giving harm to our patient. Suppose you are treating ARDS or acute cases and you're using high potency, there might be chance of aggravation, drug aggravation, and the reaction would be definitely wrong. So to administrate 30 potency is a very safe game, and friends don't remember 30 is having tremendous strength to conquer any kind of pathology. I'd like to give you an example. I had treated one case of brain tumor 20 years back, and he was well after using 3-4 repetition. And now this is 20 years back story. The person is very nice, doing his business regularly, and he's enjoying his family life. Just imagine, and in many cases, thousands of cases, since last 25 years, I'm only using 30 potency, and it gives me more happiness and very quick responses.
Thank you very much, sir. Now the answer has been given by Dr. Nikam, sir. But I know many of you has been having an habit of using multiple different potencies. So I'll request you, whatever you have learned from Nikam, sir, try to apply it on your daily basis, and you will yourself realize that what is the magic of 30 potency. We at the Mission Homeopathy, we have been trained under Nikam sir, and we have been also applying the same potency smoothly in multiple cases. Solving the potency problem itself can be a greatest contribution of Dr. Nikam sir to the homeopathic fraternity. Now here coming the next case, CA pancreas. I request Dr. Manish to start with the case.
So this is the different case, and I know everyone has queried that CA pancreas had come to this acute management. So it is a different kind of case, and when you all read out of all this case, all the case detail, so you will get to know how much the severity of this case and what is the emergency in this case. So I'll read out the case again. I'll telling all of you to just jot down the important points so that we can discuss the totality later on. So this is the CA pancreas case. One day in month of August, an old lady entered in my consulting room. She was looking so weak that she was unable to sit on the chair. She was lean thin with a very pale complexion. Her son made her to sit with the support. Her expressions are as if in much pain. Her son told me that she has severe abdominal pain with vomiting since 3 months with giddiness. She lost 3 kg weight in 3 months. Initially, she felt better by and all, but again there was reoccurrence of the complaints. So this is the severity. So we took her to renowned hospital, the patient's relative is telling, where after investigation she was diagnosed as the case of CA pancreas. Considering her age, doctor told that we cannot do any treatment on her, so you take her to home. In between, one of my friend suggested me Dr. Nikam sir's name, so I came here for further management. CA pancreas, 85% of pancreatic cancers are adenocarcinoma. This adenocarcinoma starts within the part of pancreas which makes digestive enzymes. Symptoms include yellow skin, abdominal or back pain, unexplained weight loss, light color stools, dark urine, and loss of appetite. Risk factors for this disease are smoking, obesity, diabetes, and genetic conditions. Pain in upper abdomen or back or spreading around the stomach to the back. Location of the pain indicative where tumor is located. Tumor may compress the neighboring organs, disrupting digestive process. People over 50 who develop diabetes have 8 times high risk of developing cancer. Pancreatic carcinoma has very poor prognosis. After diagnosis, 25% of people survive 1 year. So this is the severity of the case. Very poor prognosis. So we'll go towards the case. Moderate active colitis. This was the complaint since 1 month. Carcinoma of pancreas since 1 month. And hypertension since 1 year. Investigations. FD4 PTCT scan report on 7/8/18, abdomen and pelvis. Small area of focally increased FD4 upticks is seen in the ill-defined hypodense nodular regions, measuring 17 by 12 mm, ISUV max 46, in the enlarged head of pancreas with the multiple foci of calcification. Faint FD4 uptake is seen in the mesenteric lymph nodes. Colonoscopy on 10 August 2018, impression, right side colonic ulcer, MDCT abdomen 8 pills on 4/8/18, impression features most likely symptoms of neoplastic etiology, most likely arising from the uncinate process of pancreas. And the patient having the complaints of pain in abdomen since 2 months, pain in whole abdomen, pressing pains, intense continuous pain, aggravation touch, itching, eating after, ambulation sitting with bending forward. Associated with vomiting with pain in abdomen, vomiting immediately after eating, unable to retain food or water, also vomiting of undigested food. Recurrent stomatitis since 6 months, tongue fiery red, scalded, unable to eat anything, burning pains, aggravation by touch of food, generalized weakness, loss of 4 kg weight in 2 months, unable to get up on her own, giddiness on standing or walking, burning of soles since 3 months, severe burning 3+, aggravation night, ambulation by massage. I hope everyone is writing down the characteristic symptoms in this case. The past history: appendectomy in the year of 1998, bilateral cataract operated on 1998, history of right hip joint fracture in 2000, replacement done, history of ulcer of colon 30 years ago, the family history of sisters died of CA breast, personal history, habit nothing, diet mixed, appetite moderate, can tolerate hunger, desires green veg, sweet, salty, curd, pickle, aversion milk, meat, thirst, small quantity, small intervals, teeth caries, RCT done, abdomen or stomach, abdominal pain, ambulation by heart pressure, bowel, soft stool and regular, perspiration moderate around the neck, mouth, chin, sleep, daytime 1 hour sleep, night 12 AM to 8 AM, sound sleep, position left side, covering not required, pillow single soft, talking during sleep, and thermally patient is hot. About mind: education 4th standard, occupation housewife, married since 56 years, childhood at village. How was your childhood? I was born and brought up in joint family. I was very mild and quiet by nature and was more close with my brother. Everything was good in my childhood. There was no any major issue in the childhood. How is her nature now? Her son narrated that she is very caring and mild by nature. Whenever we go outside home, she stands in the door to say us bye. She is not at all quarrelsome or demanding. She always remains satisfied in whatever situation it may be. She is very talkative also. She never sits idle at home. She does some or other work at home. When she gets tensed, if we are late to come home, then she starts worrying about us. She cares a lot about me. Son is talking. When she is more happy, she likes to talk much. So if any guest come home, she is more energetic and serves good food to them. She likes to travel also. How is her mind state since disease? In spite of so much pain, she is calm and quiet. We are taking her to many hospitals, but she is worried about us. Female history, obstetric history, G5, A0, L5, FTND 5 son. So this was the case, as the patient is very much agony in pain. She is having pain since 2 months and she's unable to wake up, unable to stand. And this was the acute emergency, you can say. Acute management should be done for this case because patient is in agony and she is unable to move even. So again, we had seen these complaints. If anybody has missed out, again I'm showing the PPT again. And this was physical generals. Some important things are there.
Somebody is asking first 3 pages of second case. Can you just please show them again?
All 3 pages. It will take
Yes,
time.
since starting again. Yes. We can go a little fast.
Okay.
This was the case with she is having giddiness and she lost 3 kg weight in 3 months. Even when she came to our hospital, she was up to lost 4 kg weight. Initially, she was better with the injections, but again there was no relief. So she came to our hospital with the pain in abdomen, and the weight loss was there. She was unable to sit up even. And in such conditions, the hospital management of what we do over here is very important. What sir is experiencing since last 40 years, and he is managing this Aditya Homeopathic Hospital since last 25 years, and she is accepting such challenging cases of weight loss and all. So this is a very very severe case.
So once you start your hospital, you cannot go into disease your patient or refer to anyone because the patient have come tremendous faith on you and homeopathy. And so the hospital practice is very different practice. You cannot refer it to any homeopath or anyone. And there is no as such another homeopathic hospital. I don't know, but why, in spite of homeopathy is having great strength and tremendous results, why our homeopathic students are afraid to start hospital practice? So we should keep faith on homeopathy. You can do the proper study, give respect to pathology, and you can treat this kind of cases in your future hospital also. This case was very difficult. The pain, the agony was very severe. You know, the cardiac agony is one of the severe agony in the world. But renal stone is also a severe agony. But the pancreatic pancreatic case, it's very delicate organ. And along with cancer, there are some pressure changes in the surrounding organ. So not only you have to give relief from the pain, but you can cure this kind of cases. And this is the best example. Just go look at it. I would like to request to Dr. Manish to show the face of my patient.
As we don't have the case recording at that time, but I can show you the face of the patient. Yes, this was the patient. This is the patient. And yes, you can see her face. You can see her weight loss, everything.
You can see the cachexia, severe weight loss, and painful face. In this very bad condition, I advise him to admit in my hospital for observation, for giving my patient very quick relief without any IV fluid, without using any painkillers and any kind of allopathic medicines. Just look at this case.
I hope everyone had seen the picture. So I'll go back to case again and I'll read out the response. We have the latest video of this patient, and I'm damn sure everyone will astonished by this video. So I'll just read out the response first. Every oncologist had told them that there is no treatment for her, so take her to home. As a last hope, they came in Aditya Homeopathic Hospital, where I told my assistant doctor to took her case. During consultation, I observed the patient, her pathological symptoms, body language, and state of mind. She was so pale and looking drained out, but she was non-complaining. After starting treatment, her vomiting decreased since next day, but pain in abdomen was continuous with loss of appetite. I waited for few days, but the pain was continuous. Then I did reconsulting of her case and gave second medicine. With this medicine, her pain in abdomen decreased. Her intake of food improved. She could sleep now silently. Within 2 weeks, her energy level improved and she could walk inside the room. She forgot her pain in 15 days. She was there in hospital for 40 days. In these days, her hemoglobin and weight improved. So I discharged her. They took regular monthly follow-up, in which her son told me that she is doing all her daily work without pain or vomiting. Son started crying in joy, saying that I got my mother back. Now it's more than a year. She is doing well and taking only homeopathic medicines. This case again showed that sky is the limit for homeopathic treatment. So this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful case, and I'm sure everyone will get surprised with the seeing of this follow-up. Now I am going to show you the follow-up. Wait a minute. So patient follow. Yes. Now we can show you.
Follow-up video of Mrs. Mahinabai Telgote. Age 83 years female. Known case of moderate active colitis since 1 month. Query carcinoma of pancreas since 1 month. Hypertension since 1 year. आजींना काय काय त्रास व्हायचा आधी? सुरुवात कशी झाली?
सुरुवातीला पोट दुखत होतं त्यांचं. आम्ही ठाण्याला राहतो. ठाण्यामध्ये आपण त्यांचं मग सोनोग्राफी करा हे करा तर ते मग एक एक आपल्याला म्हणजे डिटेक्ट करण्यासाठी त्यांनी एक्सरे वगैरे काढले जे काही तुमच्या सिस्टीमप्रमाणे त्याप्रमाणे त्यांनी आपण हे केलं. मग डिटेक्ट पॅनक्रियाजमध्ये ते डिटेक्ट झालं आपल्याला. तिकडच्या डॉक्टरांनी सांगितलं तुम्ही दुसऱ्या हॉस्पिटलला घेऊन जा म्हणून आपण ओकाडला फोर्टीजला घेऊन गेलो. तिकडे फोर्टीजला त्यांना दाखवलं. तिथे पण थोडीफार ट्रीटमेंट चालू झाली पण ते डिटेक्ट करण्यासाठी त्यांना पुन्हा मग ते इंजेक्ट वगैरे करायचं होतं तर ते डिटेक्ट काही झालं नाही प्रॉपर. टिश्यूमध्ये आलंच नाही आपल्याला. मग नंतर मग पुन्हा त्यांना मग आपण त्या डॉक्टरांनी काय औषध गोळ्या तोपर्यंत काहीच चालू केले नव्हत्या. आपल्याकडे काहीच ऑप्शन नव्हतं कारण ते एज फॅक्टर बघता आपल्याला त्यांना प्रॉपर ट्रीटमेंट देणं गरजेचं होतं. परंतु डिटेक्ट न झाल्या कारणाने त्यांना आपण गोळ्या औषध कोणीच देत नव्हतं. मग नंतर मग अमीनवाडीवाला आहेत लोणाळ्याचे ते आमचे फॅमिली फ्रेंड आहेत. त्यांच्या थ्रू आपण इकडे त्यांनी आम्हाला रेफरन्स दिला. त्यांच्या मिसेसला पण खूप चांगला फरक पडलेला आहे म्हणून मग त्याच्यानुसार आपण इकडे त्यांना आणलं. इथं आणल्यानंतर लगेच म्हणजे लगेचच ऍडमिट करून घेतलं होतं आपण इथे त्यांना.
बरं, ऍडमिट केलं त्या दिवशी काय त्रास होता आजींना इथे येण्यापूर्वी? काय व्हायचा त्रास?
पोटच जास्त दुखे.
अच्छा, आणि काही?
आणि चक्कर येत. मग काही नव्हतं.
ऍक्च्युली त्यांना जास्त दिवस ठेवायला सांगितलं पण आपण काही 15-20 दिवस ठेवलं त्यांना कारण आपल्या घरचे पण अडचणी आहेत. आम्ही सगळे सर्व्हिस करणारे आहोत म्हणून. नंतर मग ते आता रेग्युलर गोळ्या चालू आहे. मध्यंतरी दाढ दुखत होती म्हणून त्यांना दुसरं आपण थोड्याशा गोळ्या वगैरे चालू केल्या. बाहेरच्या गोळ्या कोणत्या चालू केल्या थोडाफार त्रास होतो त्यांना पण पुन्हा आता त्याचा पोटाचा अजिबात त्रास नाही आहे त्यांना. पहिल्यापेक्षा खूप छान फिरतात वगैरे घरी काम वगैरे करतात सगळं करतात. त्याच्यानंतर मग फिरायला जातात. हा सगळं स्वतः करतात त्या आता.
I hope you had seen the follow-up and you can see the recovery. You can see the smiling face of that lady. Not only this, we have another latest follow-ups also, and this follow-up is very interesting. So just let me add on the link for this, and I hope everyone you will enjoy these follow-ups. This is the best follow-up of any patient. So I am just adding the follow-up so that all of you can see, and I hope you enjoy this.
नाश्ते
That's simply amazing, sir.
And this is the case. Nobody will recognize her as a
Think of-
patient. So
this is
yes,
exactly. Now it is a case of 2.5 years back, and now she's enjoying the dance, Bollywood dance. Nobody can believe such a patient of CA pancreas is giving a response to the music and enjoying the dancing. So even not only patient laughs, but they can dance by the medicine.
So even I can see in the chats also everyone is astonished by this result, and yes,
so
it is
so
truly
that is
surprising.
sorry to interrupt, but I cannot resist myself.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is the beauty of Dr. Nikam sir's teaching, means you have live case, you have live follow-up, you have live case record. So everything is in front of you, black and white. And such a learning experience will be helping you throughout your life, throughout your homeopathic career. So thanks, sir. Thanks a lot once again.
So Dr. Rahul and Dr. Jitesh.
Yes.
Yeah. It's about 6 p.m. I guess,
Yes.
and many people. I don't know whether they are interesting to go further or they have just.
No, we have a time limit, so
Okay, fine.
we can solve any queries like last 15 minutes we can take up and we can exit.
And that's the reason why we have kept it 3 day series, because
Yes.
it will be a continuum.
Sure.
So
About this case, first of all, about this case, yes, we will discuss the totality and the medicine name tomorrow, and we'll have great discussion on this. Also, we are going to share you the acute chart, how we are considering the acute totality, and how we are come to the medicines with that chart. Also, there are another cases of acute, and on the next day we'll have a case of swine flu which has been treated by Dr. AmarSinha D Nikam. And yes, we have different cases of acute management, and how do we manage these cases in our hospital and even with the ICUs also. So yes, Dr. Jitesh, you are telling something.
Yes, we can quickly answer few questions, then we can
Okay.
conclude.
Okay,
If
fine.
anyone has any queries, please type in the chat box. Dr. Rajesh, are you there?
Technical queries from Vijay.
Dr.
Yeah,
Rajesh.
Dr. Jitesh. Dr. Jitesh.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
So,
Dr. Vijay Roha has asked, should I use the same link for tomorrow and Monday's seminar? So please answer them.
I think they can.
Okay.
Yeah, they
So
can.
keep looking at your email inbox.
Yes, Dr. Rajesh, can you reply the technical queries in the chat box?
Let me discuss further and we update you as soon as possible on that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. We update you, no an issue.
So somebody has asked difference between Dr. Anuradha, difference between sulfur and Merxol.
Okay.
There is a lot of difference between sulfur and Merxol. Sulfur is having great character, burning. Sulfur is very dull passion as per the physical activities concerned. Sulfur mentally thinking about the materialist thing, become a rich person. And Merxol is having different manifestation. Sulfur is generally hot patient, and the perspiring patient, more untidy patient. As far the mouth is concerned, is amethymal liver, sensitive to both hot and cold. And Merck is a very strong positive approach, as well as Merck is a revolutionary drug. Some Mercs are criminal minded, and Merck is having great tendency towards suicide. So usually difference is also very important. Sulfur desires more sweets, more spicy, more tasty food, as well as more desire for spicy sour meat. So the difference, Merck is having central action. It works on the body on the central part, and sulfur, you know, it's well known about right to left. So in this patient, the patient's pain sensation is very important. In this patient is a very sensitive patient for the pain. Okay.
Is there another question?
Yes. Since long, I've been seeing many people have asked one same question again regarding the first case, whether allopathic medicine was continued or he was on the allopathic medicine, the ARDS case. So
Yeah, as the patient was in ICU of allopathic hospital, the allopathic treatment was continued. We cannot stop the treatment of allopathic, and we can't suggest them to just go for the only homeopathic treatment.
And for this case, when everything was stopped, when the antibiotics and very higher antibiotics doesn't give response to the patient, at that time patient come to our clinic or hospital for consultation. So there is no question about allopathic medicine. In the acute pneumonia or in the acute cases, just try to give the exact scenario which gives immediate response.
The patient was in dying condition, and all allopathic medicines has been tried, and they thought of just to
Usually patient came to us when all the hopes are stopped.
Exactly.
When all the medicines are tried, when everything is in bad state. Usually even the Indian government is still not keeping faith on us. Because what they feel in homeopathy, we are having very slow response. It is not like that. Homeopathy can give very excellent, rapid, gentle, and permanent restoration if you are going to follow the Hahnemannian way, the Hahnemannian philosophy.
And that's why when that patient, when we had given the medicines to that patient, as soon as the patient, the medicine touches the tongue, the patient's activities increase. Means he was able to breathe smoothly, though he was in ventilator, but he was able to breathe. And later on, even the ventilator was also removed. So this is only can be done with the homeopathic treatment, I guess.
So I think this is the only fastest way in the world to put medicine on the patient tongue in liquid form, and in the comatose cases also, you see the magnificent recovery.
Right. Any other question before that? Dr. Rahul is there. Want to announce something, Dr. Rahul?
Yes. So tomorrow we will having very interesting schedule. First of all, you will be you can join with your friends also tomorrow. And about the schedule, we have a case record, acute case chart for tomorrow, and one more interesting cases. So, sir, only one question. That is there any difference between acute remedy and constitutional remedy by Dr. Ashutosh?
Before answering this question, I am just want to say that yes, we are celebrating
Oh,
25th
yes, exactly.
anniversary of this Aditya Homeopathic Hospital, the silver jubilee year of Aditya Homeopathic Hospital. Since 1995, Dr. AmarSinha D Nikam had started this hospital with the 4 beds, and now it has become huge of 100 beds. So we are about to celebrate the cake cutting ceremony of this anniversary.
So we will be happy if we can see the celebration live.
Okay. I'll manage the celebration live also. We'll
Just
have
like a work at home. So there is a celebration
at home.
Your home also.
Okay. So now we come back to the question.
Many people were asking, there's a lot of confusion regarding misem, as sulfur is a soric and the patient was in syphilis misem, why sulfur was selected? It's a very common question and very helpful, and
Common,
everyone should learn.
Very great and googly question.
Googly question.
The sulfur is having a manifestation of cardiac failure symptoms like that, renal failure symptoms, cancer symptoms. Sulfur is content with soda, psychosis, tuberculosis, and syphilis. The medicine which is able to manifest the 4 miasms, that remedy we called it as a polychrist remedy. So I was also having same opinion like our student in the previous days. How sulfur can work in this case? But it is not like that. Sulfur can be treated severe pathological case with rapid response. So I had written one book on the miasm, and I mentioned in that book there are 283 remedies which are polychrist, which can manifest 4 miasms.
I hope everyone can see, but it is looking, I think, inverted. So there is unable to see them. So just you can read the syphilitic things which can covered with the sulfur.
So just look at the book. You can see there are 4 of miasms are manifesting in the sulfur. For example, sora, psychosis, tuberculosis, syphilis, even in the AIDS, even in the acute myeloid leukemia, even in the aplastic anemia. Just you are not going to keep believing in our science and our pathology. It shows very astonishing results. So, sulfur can be given in the trauma, in the acne, in the malaria, biliousness, can be given in the psychosis, acne, carcinomas, alcohol habit, allergic dermatitis, in tuberculosis form, adenoids, AIDS, thalassemia, anus prolapse.
So many things are
There are
there.
so many. I would like to explain that every medicine, most probably medicine was discovered by our stalwart Dr. Hahnemannian, Dr. Kent, Dr. Boni Hassan. They had a tremendous potential knowledge, and they mentioned this thing. If you are going to read the sulfur by the different angle, if you are going to open Clerk Mathemedica. In Clerk Mathemedica, you can see in the first rank clinical notes, and sulfur can be given in the different pathological conditions. In that note, you can just look at that first paragraph. It shows sulfur head cure can work in the hundreds of cases. Just try to open the Clerk Mathemedica and just try to read the first paragraph. Clinical medicine. So, how this medicine can be worked into myocardial infarction? Yes, it can. How sulfur works in the severe pathological condition like leukemia? Yes, it can. But law of similarity is most important. Thank you very much.
So if there is any other question?
Yes, there are a question about the books availability. I think
Unable to hear you, Dr. Rahul.
Yeah, regarding books, people are asking.
Okay.
So I think we have provided the website.
Yes, our website is there, and these books are available on Amazon also. So you can purchase over there. Anything else, Dr. Jitesh?
No, one query is there from Dr. Shweta, but she's asking regarding the second case. So the query is like, what
remedy
was repeated after CA for CA pancreas case?
What?
PET scans. PET scan was repeated for CA pancreas case.
PET scan is repeated over.
There is no required. There is no need to take a PET scan for this kind of case.
We usually avoid radiations.
We would like to keep patient away from the radiation. So we generally do not allow patient to take MRI scan, CT scan, or brain scan like that. Any radiation. So it can be harmful to our patient.
Any other questions?
Somebody is asked, like, Nikam sir has mentioned the book to read sulfur. What is that book?
Okay, yeah. It is a manifestation of miasm.
Yeah, I wrote the name as well.
Yeah, okay. And this book was written by Dr. AmarSinha D Nikam, sir.
So you will get details on websites also, our website.
Yeah, you can get the details on website.
So I think let us conclude.
Yes, Dr. Jitesh, continue.
Okay, Dr. Manish, I also want to add something over here.
Okay, sir.
Actually, this is an aspect of the technical query. I mean, many of the participants have this question that in order to join tomorrow, what would be the process?
Yes.
So in order to update you, I want to tell you that this particular platform is valid for 3 hours, and we have almost used that particular time.
Okay.
So we believe that it is not possible to use same links in order to participate in the webinar. So we need to make the another link for the users, for the registers, and for the speakers also. So we shared the new links to the speakers, and we share the registration links again to all the participants.
Okay.
If anyone skip that out, we try to send directly, but we prefer that when we share the registration link, they just registered again and able to join us again tomorrow.
So we need to send them the different link.
We need to send the registration link again, so that
where they can find the new link.
We just make the webinar platform again and then share to you all as soon as possible.
No, means we need to WhatsApp them or something. How they can?
There are two possibilities. Either you can send them directly, like previously we promote the way. Otherwise, we have the email ID of all the participants. So from the company aspect, we send the link directly on their email.
Okay.
Okay, so both the things are there. So if any new one who wants to join, they can also join. And if doctors who have already registered, so we try to send the link through mail also, or we share the registration link, new registration link, and
So
they
can get that link through the email also. So that's great.
yeah, they get the once they register, they get the auto mail of the participation.
Okay. At what time will you think they will get that link?
Well, if in case they are just registering again, then because it is a auto mail, so as soon as they registered, they get the auto mail in this aspect.
Okay.
And if in case someone who already registered and attend or not able to register again, then we have the database, then we share the link through the mail. So I asked the participants that kindly check your email for the participation of tomorrow's link.
Okay, fine.
Sir, I would like to ask you, how many participants was there for the today's session?
I think we have more approx 1,000 attendees.
Even in YouTube also we are there.
Yes, we have YouTube also. Yes.
Thousands of
No, we had more than 1,800 participants, both webinar jam and YouTube.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
1,800.
1,800.
More than 1,800. So that's good, and it's a wonderful response from all of you. So nice to talk with you, and
Yes.
we are about to start our cake cutting ceremony. I hope if anyone want to see, they can see this ceremony, or else yes, you can join us later on after the lockdown. So thank you everyone for being there for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a great pleasure to talk with you all.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Manish.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
And sir, we are very happy, and we have no words to describe our happiness. It's 25 long years. So what can be the better inspiration for a homeopath that a man sitting in front of us has handling such a hospital for 25 long years?
Dr. Jitesh,
So-
how was the dance? Beautiful dance.
Amazing dance.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We will continue the session tomorrow as well, and
Yes.
everybody will get link on their mails who are already registered. And if your friends also want to attend the session, they have to register once again. Those who are not registered, they will get link through the mail. So, Dr. Manish, please start the celebration.
I must give thanks to Dr. Jitesh. And
Thank you,
because
sir.
of
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Dr. Jitesh and Dr.
We had a great, great
Homeopathy
opportunity
360.
to come in front of our
Dr. Yashika.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Dr. Yashika, Dr. Manish Jain. So,
Dr. Manish Jain, Dr. Yashika, and we are having very close relations. I had printed one book from the vision, and still that book is very excellent. I think the fourth edition also finished. So the book was on the vital force, and the book is really wonderful. And because of vision, we must give respect to Dr. Manish and Vision Group. Thank you very much.
so thank you all, and see you all tomorrow with the great enthusiasm again. So
Thank
wishing
you.
you all, and enjoy the celebration. No, we are enjoying the celebration of Aditya's 25th anniversary. So I'm just playing the video, and I will go. I will log out this session. So we'll see you all tomorrow again.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Manish.
you. Thank you all once again. We'll meet tomorrow
Jitesh.
at 4 p.m.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.